Hello YouTube. It's Samantha here, and it's been going on day 15 since post-op from surgery here in Thailand, in Chonburi, for SRS. Everything's going fine. I didn't do anything for the past week. I'm just getting a lot of bed rest. And quite honestly, just had one complication. Of course, I hope to resolve it Thursday, but it has to do with a catheter that's still stuck in me 3 different times, man, because of needing to go to the bathroom and not being able to. And that kind of concerns me because I'll be leaving to go back to the States in 8 days, and definitely got to function. So it's going to relax. Part of it, I think, is just tensing up, things like that. But you know, when you go through this kind of surgery, your plumbing's different, so you know, you got to make sure it's all working properly. Everything else about the healing up fine, recovery's doing great. I'm paying attention to all the exact instructions that Dr. Sporn has laid out through his staff and his books on post-care, and it all makes perfect sense. Of course, there's an intense regimen that has to take place for the 6-12 month period. And so I'm up to the task. I've already researched this before I had the surgery. So I'm happy about that, and I'll be happy to get home back into Washington State. We actually have quite a number of people here from different parts of the world. A lot of people from Australia, New Zealand, and we've had a few from Belgium and the Netherlands. And of course we have surprisingly a couple of people from our area, 2 or 3 of us actually. My friend Charlene, who just had her surgery 3 days after me, lives in the same area as I do. We also have a girl up in Seattle. I'll just say her name's Kate, but she's up here for her surgery, and got to meet her, and we had some mutual friends. And what I got off the side of me here is this guitar was actually in Dr. Sporn's clinic lobby, and I was, you know, I play guitar myself, and I was just fiddling with it, and I broke the E string on it, the top string, or the thinnest one. And so I made a promise that the strings were actually fairly old, so it'd been on there for I don't know how many moons, but so I couldn't get out myself and trying to get rest, but my friend Patricia went out and bought it for a local guitar place and got a set of strings. And as she said, I restringed everything up, and they said I could just have the guitar in the room, you know, for the night or whatever, until they, you know, it's kind of my donation is just to buy the strings for the guitar for future use. But not a bad little guitar. Never heard the brand Sakura. But it's got a few faults, but other than that, it's kind of gives me a little bit of relaxation. Actually, it takes me back about 10 years. In an old life, when I had a restaurant, I used to perform a lot of John Denver and Garth Brooks and things like that for about a half an hour before we did actually karaoke. So I had a lot of fun. One of my life goals, of course, getting out of this hospital, and transition is not a hobby. It's more or less getting to where you need to in life and moving on. And the music's still a big part of my life, and I want to just get back into it before I get too terribly old. You know, I do have 2 acoustics back home, a Tacomasam and a Tacomasam 6-string and a Breedlove 12-string, excellent guitars, and a Corrigan 1 keyboard, which I may get something different. I like the special sound effects, but I do keyboard fairly well. But anyway, we're just chilling out right now. We're going to probably go down for supper. It's a kind of a ritual to go down in the morning for breakfast. We have a buffet included as part of the hotel cost, but we also have the traditional dinner where we put a bunch of tables together, and we have the camaraderie of the different sisters that are coming to get their surgeries. Most of them are SRS, some are FFS. But it's always nice to be, but it's probably the best experience I have down here is actually just talking to different people that are coming here. They're at different stages of the process here for the entire month. Some are post-op, some are just got in town, and those of us that have had the surgery, we're filling them in on some details about what to expect. And when I got here, I asked for those same information. So it makes quite a nice support group for while you're here. But anyway, I'm, like I said, just getting bed rest. I'm actually dressed up a little bit. I'm going to go down for supper, one of my few outings for the evening. I'm just content basically being in bed. As long as I have the internet and a laptop, I'm good to go. So, and as far as expected change, well, SRS is important, but very important actually to be where I need to be. I was glad to lose the weight. I mentioned in prior videos, I ended up losing 80 pounds, so, or 40 kilos, or a little under 40 kilos. I was about 275 back in October of last year, November, and I got down to 195 down here, after I got out of the hospital. So it's quite an impressive weight loss, and I want to keep it that way. I hear over here some people talking about once you have surgery, you start gaining weight again, but I'm going to be very diligent about what I'm eating and everything. I do not want to regain any of that weight. I think I look better. It's more feminine looking, whatever. For me, it does. Getting back to the States, I'm not happy with this guy up in the middle. It's not about passing as a woman anymore. It's just about looking a little bit better. My nose is actually a little bit crooked, goes off to the side, and the bridge is a little thick. It has some masculine features, and I know it. But the rest of my face is okay. But getting some rhinoplasty, and of course, this is mainly just an age thing. You're just getting a facelift, basically, just to knock a few years off of the timeline of my actual chronological age, which, I mentioned it before. I don't like repeating it, but and the only other thing, after three years of hormone, I gave it a shot, but I'm thinking very seriously of having the implants, breast implants, to supplement what if I have something, but it's not enough for my size, even at 195. So we'll see. I'll do all this research when I get back. I'd like to get all the extra stuff done in the course of the next 6 months, but I just feel like it's quite an accomplishment, and I'm glad I didn't do anything else. It was just more, the SRS was just more than plenty for me to handle just in one outing to Thailand. Don't think I'd come back for anything else unless there's some problems with the initial surgery, in which case I come back for a revision. If there's anything that's just not healing properly or something that's not quite right, then I always had the option to come back here on his bill. The only additional cost would be, of course, the flight coming here. So, but anyway, I won't tie it up. I don't like long videos because, first of all, people tend to lose interest, and I try to make my videos a little bit more informative. I don't like to ramble on too much about personal matters. Maybe that's where the age thing comes in. I kind of grew out of that, and I don't whine about problems because I'm a fairly successful business person, and that shows through my personal life too. But I'm very concerned about fellow individuals that are transgender, that are transitioning, and trying to get as much facts about the whole process as possible. As a matter of fact, when I go back to Seattle, we've been discussing starting a post-op group, specifically for those of us who've actually gone through the SRS surgery and dealing with care, dating, different matters that can come up that are important for us to talk about that you normally can't even bring up during a general transgender support group meeting. So anyway, we're looking into that. But anyway, I'm going to let you all go, and it's been nice getting back on here after about a week and updating everyone. So everyone take care from Chonburi, Thailand. This is Samantha, and we'll probably may do one or two videos before I leave, and then probably resume back and let you know how things are back home. Okay, you all take care, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.